Hello teachers and friends, my name is Vũ Nguyễn Hà Phương. Today I'm gonna tell you a story called Hansel and Gretel. Once upon a time there lived a family. There was two kids. One was named Hansel and one was named Gretel. Their father was a farmer. The mother had passed away long ago. One day the father remarried, but these days there was no rain. The crops didn't grow. Without crops, the family stayed hungry. One night, the father and the wife had a chat. "Darling, what do we do?" said the father. "We don't have enough food to feed us and our kids." "Don't worry," said the mother. "I have a plan. Later morning, we will go on a picnic." "A picnic? How is that gonna help?" "You'll see. We will leave the kids alone. We will make an excuse and we will not come back." "That's a terrible idea," said the father. "What kind of father would do that to their children?" "A poor one," said the mother. Little did the parents know that Hansel and Gretel was listening. "Don't worry, Gretel," said Hansel, whispering. "I have a plan." Next morning, after breakfast, the mother said, "Today we're gonna have a picnic." But that time, Hansel had woken early and got some blue pebbles. And then they set off into the jungle. Every few steps, Hansel dropped a blue shiny pebble down. And then when they reached the mother had wanted, and the mother said, "Me and your father will go and collect the berries. You stay here. We will be back soon." The father kissed both of his children and they left. Gretel started crying. She said, "What do we do now?" "Don't worry," said Hansel. "I dropped blue pebbles when we were going. We can follow the pebbles." And they followed the pebbles home. And then a few hours later, they found their dad and mom again. The mother looked angry. The father looked happy. "Oh, now you've found your way home," said the father. "It was silly of us to get lost from the way back to you," said the mother angrily. One night again, she said, "We need to try it again." "I don't want to. I love them." "We will need to try it again." Her voice was firm. This time, Hansel and Gretel didn't overhear the chat. One day, at the morning, the mother gave each one a crust of bread. Every few steps, Hans dropped a little bread down the road. And then they came to again that spot, and then the mother said, "Now we're gonna pick some berries again. You remember, don't go anywhere." The father said goodbye, and then they left. Of course, they didn't come home or back to their children. Instead, they left the children alone. Gretel said, "Do you have a plan again?" "Yes." And then the Gretel followed Hansel, but they could not find their way home because the breadcrumbs had been eaten by birds. They tried to find their way home. One time, they met the gingerbread house. It was full of candies and cookies. And then they started eating. An old lady saw the children. "Who is nibbling on my house?" said the old woman. When she opened the door, Gretel said, "We are lost." "I see. Come, you have a good meal." Hansel and Gretel didn't believe their luck, but when they got in, the woman changed. And then actually she was a witch. She threw Hansel into a cage and said, "When Hansel is fat enough, I'm gonna eat him and make Hansel pie." And then every day the woman would make Gretel do all the housework and make food for Hansel. Gretel one day was smart, and then every day the witch would start to touch Hansel's finger, but Gretel always gave Hansel a chicken bone. When the old woman touched the chicken bone, she didn't understand. "I don't understand. I keep feeding this boy, but he stays thin. Wow, now I'm having enough of waiting. Fat or not, I'm gonna eat him now." And then the witch said to Gretel, "Gretel, turn on the stove. You need to get it ready to make Hansel pie." And then Gretel put the oven on, but she was smart. She pretended to put her head in and said, "Can you help me? There's something at the back of the oven." The witch put her head in and asked, "Where? I can't see anything." With all Gretel's might, she shoved the witch inside. And then she ran to Hansel's cage and then unlocked the cage, and then they ran away. When they were left, they saw a swan at the river. The swan said, "You seem lost. You maybe hop on me, and I might find your way home." And they agreed. Each one of them hopped on, and they found their way home. They saw that the mother had left. Only the father was at home. The father said, "Can you ever forgive me? I have looked everywhere, but I couldn't find you." "We forgive you," said the children, and soon the crops started to grow because lots of rain came. And then they never starved again. This is the end of my story. Goodbye.